name is Amanke Favor. I'll be going around the Faculty of Law, asking various law students on their various views of terrorism. Let's go. Hello. Hey, what's your name?
Ibrahim.
Okay, Abraham, please can you tell me your view on terrorism?
Okay. Terrorism is the unlawful use of threats or violence, usually against civilians, either to induce fear in civilians or to coerce government into taking certain actions.
Oh, thank you. Have a nice day. Hi, pretty.
Hi.
Please, what's your name?
Labake.
Oh, Labake, please, what's the official definition of terrorism?
Okay, so according to Section 2 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act, an act classified as terrorism is willfully performed with malice and intention to further an ideology, whether it's racist, political, or economic, or religious. It's an act that causes significant harm on a country or international organization, an act which is intended to intimidate the population or coerce the government or a part of the population to do something or to stop them from doing something. It's an act that disrupts public or private property or disrupts essential services like communication, banking. It's an act that involves the use of weapons or hazardous substances. Also an act that aims to provide support, training for terrorist acts or provide support for them.
Wow, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, pretty. Please, what's your name? Okay, Abalari. Please, can you tell us what section 2 of the Terrorism Act states?
Section 2, subsection 2 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022 states that any person within or outside Nigeria, knowingly or unknowingly, does, attempts, or threatens to do an act of terrorism, anybody who facilitates or assists in the recruitment of people for an act of terrorism, anybody who commits and omits to do a particular act which would be reasonably necessary to prevent an act of terrorism. These are people who have committed an offence in the Terrorism Prevention Prohibition Act of 2022 and they are liable for punishment because of it.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
I'm Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel, please, what does the law say about anyone preparing to commit an act of terrorism?
Well, Section 29 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 states that a person who engages to conduct or prepares to commit an act of terrorism or assists another person to commit an act of terrorism is liable upon conviction for imprisonment for a term of 20 years. This section aims to tackle terrorism at the planning stage and imposes serious penalty.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Have a nice day. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, yes.
What's your name?
My name is Samuel.
Okay, Samuel, please, can you enlighten us about instances of terrorism?
Okay, we have the ISIS attack, we have the Boko Haram insurgency, we have the Madrid plane bombing in 2004, we have the London bombing in 2005, and we have the Mumbai attack in 2006. I think those are few instances of terrorism that I know.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You're welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Razak.
Okay, Razak, can you enlighten us on the causes of terrorism?
Cause of terrorism. The cause of terrorism is illiteracy. Now, illiteracy is simply the lack of education. So when youths are not educated about the consequences of terrorist acts and they are proposed with terrorism, they will easily accept the act to perform the act. Another cause of terrorism is unemployment and poverty. Unemployment mostly among the youth. We give them the chance and opportunity to be easily recruited into the terrorist group because of the financial benefits they will get from it.
Hello, please, can I have a moment? Thank you. Hi, good
Hello, good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Victor.
Okay, Victor, can you enlighten us on the punishment of those involved in terrorist activity?
Section 16, Section 1 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act state that anyone who has information and believes the information to be of material assistance to the prevention of an act of terrorism by an entity or person and does not relate the information to relevant agency is liable for 20 years imprisonment, meaning such person who involves himself or herself in an act of terrorism is going to serve 20, nothing less than 20 years imprisonment.
sweetie. How you doing?
I'm good.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Ogubi Arusiwo.
Okay, Sumibo, please can you enlighten us about the effect of terrorism?
Okay, the effect of terrorism. So yeah, terrorism can have significant and far-reaching effects on the country, and some of these effects are: we have loss of lives and properties, we have increased psychological fear and trauma, we have negative impact on terrorism and international presence, we have political and religious intolerance, we have a negative impact on human rights and societal rights. We have increased economic cost on reconstruction and security forces after a terrorist attack. But one thing we should all understand is that the effects of terrorism can vary according to the context, the frequency, and the extent of the terrorist attack on the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
And you too. Bye.
My name is Omoto Shomreko. I'm speaking on financing of terrorism. This can be seen in section 21 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. The section is talking about any person or organization, whether in Nigeria or elsewhere, who knowingly or intentionally provides, seeks, obtains, collects, receives, holds, or makes available money, property, or services, or attempts to do so, and knows or has any reason to believe that such resources will be used in full or in part to fund terrorist or a terrorist group, commit an offence under this law or any related law, or carry out a violent act meant to kill or seriously injure civilians not involved in conflicts with the aim of intimidating the public or pressuring a government or international organization has committed an offence. The punishment laid down for this is that if the offender is an individual, the punishment is life imprisonment. If the offender is a corporate entity, a minimum of fine of 200 million naira, imprisonment of the principal officer for 20 years to life, and dissolution of the company with a ban of its reformation and registration under any new name. This section further says that the offence applies regardless of the offender's location, whether they are in the same country or a different one from the terrorist or the terrorist group or banned organization involved, or the place where the terrorist act happened or is intended to happen. The section further says that to prove the offence of terrorism, financing it is not necessary to show that the funds were actually used to commit a terrorist act, were used in an attempted terrorist act, or are connected to any specific terrorist act. The section now lastly says that a person's intention or knowledge in relation to the offence can be determined based on the facts and evidence of the situation, even if it's not explicitly stated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have gathered to discuss a critical issue that affects us all: terrorism. It's a threat that knows no border, spares no lives, and challenges our very way of life. We've explored its impacts, consequences, and ways to work together towards a more peaceful and secure future. Thank you very much.
OMG, that was so superb, wasn't it? You enjoyed it, didn't you? Alright, bye. No, you didn't want to leave without liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please do that now. Have a nice day. Bye.